What is up, you guys? The King1337 coming up with my Tech Tuesday. This week we're going to be doing the Razer Chroma Edition Black Widow. It's going to be pretty much the exact same keyboard as the standard Razer, just with the exception of it's going to be the full RGB Chroma spectrum line that they have out right now. I was kind of hoping that they would change some few things around a little bit, just because in the past it's pretty much the same keyboard and they still have over along the top the play buttons and the media controls up there. That's something that I'm not really a huge fan of, and I was hoping they would kind of steer away from that, but they've continued to do that. I do believe that the Chroma series is the brightest of the RGB keyboards. It has the best LEDs. I'm going to be showcasing that here in a minute as well. We're going to start off. I'm going to do a quick flyby real quick. As you can see here, like I said, it's going to be pretty much the exact same thing. It's going to be kind of a matte finish. It's going to be a really clean design all in all. It's going to be using their green switches, and then you can still see you got the function keys along the top side as well. Although the modifiers like the number lock and the caps lock over here are very minute colors, whereas they've been kind of bright in the past. But all in all, I think it's a really clean design. It's one that they've had for a little while now, and it's something that I do enjoy. I was kind of hoping they'd do something new and kind of steer away from the function keys like I had said. That's my biggest downside of this keyboard, because I really don't like the inline function keys, because it's something you have to kind of go out of the way to press. Whereas when the competitors like the Logitech and the Corsair and the DOS keyboards all have external ones as well. But some of the lighting modes are pretty cool, and like I said, this is probably the brightest one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over real quick and kind of showcase you those two in like a picture-in-a-picture mode as well. So I'm going to flip over to that now. As you can see with the macros here, you're going to have a little bit of a usability of the settings. You're going to have your individual profiles that you can set up as you please. This one that I currently have it on is called the Wave. You can flip it depending on which direction you want. And then you have the chroma configuration with the Wave. It's not as useful, but some of the other settings it is. The first one we're going to do is going to be the breathing. You can choose an initial color, a second color, or you can make it do breathing of a random color. Like I said, with the chroma configuration, you can bring this up, which is what I really do enjoy, which is going to kind of give you the feedback. I wish that it was like that initially, however, it's not, unfortunately, so you have to kind of go into this. And it is in a live view. As you can see, it's going to be pulsating, but you really kind of don't get that feedback on the actual keyboard itself, the live view right here. You can select certain sections that do certain things as well, which I really, really like. You can have it set to be on-key press, it starts the breathing, or automatic as well. So for the breathing thing, it's really cool. You just hit apply. You can make these preset templates as well for the different games. But then to alter it, you have to choose to save. I'm just going to hit do not apply. Then you're going to flip back and go through some of the other settings as well. We'll get to reactive in a minute. That's the one where you have to type and whatnot. This one's going to be the spectrum cycling. And then as you can see, it's just going to rotate colors. No options to be able to modify that one as well. Flipping on to the next one down here, you're going to have the static option. Once again, you can kind of choose the colors for the static option, but not a whole lot of modifiers to be done there. Then the next one going through is going to be the Wave, which, like I said, is probably the coolest one of my eyes, because it rotates through all the colors in and out. And you can change the direction, left, right, right, left. And then we're going to have the reactive one, which I think is really, really cool, because if you type on it, it does all the really reactive movements. As you can see right here, you're going to see some typing, and you can kind of see the keys and whatnot pulsing in and out. So it's really, really unique in the sense of the way that it pulses and changes. The chroma configuration for that is a little bit different. You don't quite get all of the functions. This is going to be a tutorial still popping up. That never goes away, unfortunately. No matter what I've done, it's just continue to do that. And then you're also going to have the ripple effect, which is going to be very, very similar to that as well. But you actually get a lot of options with this. So if you see what the key press is here, with these key presses, it kind of continues to pulse out. I really wish you could set a base background, like I guess a background image, but I don't know if you can, or I've not been able to find this. But some of these modes have just been added in really recently, so they're all pretty new in a sense. And they should be improving and adding more, but this is the options that you currently have now. I'm going to flip back over to the camera and close some things up real quick for you. Now that you've seen all the modes and everything, you can kind of get a brief idea of everything that you can kind of do with this keyboard. You can do a whole lot, but the modes, like I said, are a little bit restrictive. They have been improving them, though, and they are going to be continuing to bring more out. Well, with the LEDs being the brightest ones, in my opinion, and kind of the best color texture, I do think that there's some really, really cool stuff to come. Just right now, it feels a little bit restrictive. I have always liked Razer's macros inside their programming, which I really didn't showcase that much. But through the Razer synopsis, you can manage all your Razer products very, very well, and I do really enjoy that. But for a keyboard that's coming in at $169, I do think that it is kind of a tall order for the limited RGB functions that you have currently. I think moving forward it might be better off in the future, but just right now I feel like it's a little bit restrictive. And as far as the RGB lines go, it's probably not my favorite right now, and it might not be the one that I would spend $169 on. But it is a Razer product. It's a really good product, and if you do use other Razers than the Razer Synopsis, it may really work out well for you because you can kind of program your own profiles, and it works really, really well together. Kind of like having an iPhone, iPad, and a MacBook. These things just mesh really well together when you're using multiple Razer devices inside the Razer Synopsis. So if you do have a Razer mouse or other paraphernalias, it does work out really well, but if you're just going for this as a standalone, there are other options out there you might want to consider. Like I said, I do have the green switches for this. It also does come in the blue and then also the brown stealth ones as well. They're just going to simply be quieter. I did a review of the DOS 4 keyboard that shows the quietness of those compared to one of the green switches like this. So you can check that as well if you want to. But thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, feel free to let me know down in the description below. And if you really enjoyed this video and this kind of content, spank that like button. It helps me out a ton. But thank you guys for watching. Peace out.